house for the first time. And she invited me in there, and I went, and I saw a patch, like maybe, a square patch of wood showing through. But she couldn't afford to put in linoleum. The last Christmas that I saw her, I took her a centerpiece. Beautiful. And she was speaking in Cree and asked my sister, "What is that?" And she'd never seen one before. She'd never had one before. It just broke my heart.
Shit, there's not very many.
So we want to stand with you, red and white, both of us together. I'm a white man. I'm not that sensitive. You have to call me something else. I'm Munoz, And Neheyo, I know that. And I've learned a lot from the elders, but he has shown me so much. So I'm going to read you 3 pieces of information from Lord Denning, if you can get that out. Hold on. Lord Denning, the Indian people, a whole bunch of them went over there in 1982 and got a ruling from him about the treaties. And you need to know this, and the white people need to know this. It speaks deeply into who you are. And God is not going to take this away from you. But if you turn violent, you'll come from the high ground down. He's going to help us. He's going to fight with us. So Lord Denning, the Lord Justice of Appeal, he lived January 23rd, 1899 to March 5th, 1999. And here's his ruling for you. He was the supreme guy in England. So that crown, the honor of the crown is at stake. If the Harper government keeps doing this, the honor of the British crown is at stake, because Queen Victoria back in those days did not want this to happen to you at all, if you read any of her stuff. So on January 28th, 1982, Lord Denning in the High Court of the United Kingdom proclaimed in his judgment, "There's nothing, so far as I can see, to warrant any distrust by the Indians of the government of Canada." He says, "But in case there should be, the discussion in this case will strengthen their hand so as to enable them to withstand any onslaught." This is for you, not for the white people. This is for you, even though I'm a treaty person. "They will be able to say that their rights and freedoms have been guaranteed to them by the Crown." Isn't that wonderful? So we need to, I don't know how to do a web thing like this, but I want to try and get this to somebody so you can get it out. Maybe I'll work with you here in the next day or two. The rights and freedoms have been guaranteed to them by the Crown, originally by the Crown in respect of the United Kingdom, and now by the Crown in respect of Canada, but in any case by the Crown. "No Parliament shall do anything to lessen the worth of these guarantees. They should be honored by the Crown in respect of Canada as long as the sun rises and the rivers flow. The promise must never be broken." And there's 2 more, and they're powerful. So I'll work with Beer to get it maybe on to the I don't know more or something.
And Harper, send it to Harper.
Yeah.
Send it to Harper.
Why don't all of us send it to Harper?
Yeah.
Plug up his emails. You remember Parliament? Take it to them. Hand it to them. You bet. Can I read one more? Do I have time or not?
Go ahead.
Okay. In a decision of the British Court of Appeal, Lord Denning affirmed that the treaties were as good as the day that they were concluded. The indigenous governments and legal systems used by the indigenous peoples to enter into treaties continue to be in effect. Further, Lord Denning wrote that no parliament or legislature of Canada can make changes to the treaties without the consent of the indigenous peoples. So Great Britain was not going to change the treaty relationship with the sovereign indigenous peoples living in the north part of the Great Turtle Island.
Thank you, Stan. At this time, we're just going to ask a couple more people to say some short short words of encouragement here, and then we're going to be starting our march here as soon as possible. So we're going to be marching here, and we're going to be singing a couple songs here. So we're going to ask our youth
Where are we
leader
marching
to
to?
come say a few
The
words.
Tim Hortons by the mall. And then they're going all the way around.
Hey, what's
to
up?
the
You guys
down
cold?
Highway 16.
I am. My name is Tanisha Lewis, and I'm the Junior Chief of Onion Lake Cree Nation, and I bring you support on behalf of our youth. We are here today in peaceful solidarity and to protest in our own ways the federal government's unilateral impositions of what is known as Bill C-45. The omnibus bill is diverse and impacts all of us. The treaty peoples and all other Canadians should be warned that this bill threatens our Mother Earth. This is not a political movement, it is a movement that is essentially calling on us all as peoples to protect our basic, fundamental human rights. In addition to this, we must protect and maintain our sacred treaties, which is about the sharing of our lands with others who call this their home. I would like to share that this bill guts environmental laws. The amendments to the Navigable Waters Act have essentially unprotected thousands of lakes and rivers in the state of Canada. We cannot stand to have this government poison our waters, our lakes, all our rivers, and our drinking waters we use in our sacred ceremonies. This bill also gives teeth to the proposed Canada-China Foreign Investment Protection Agreement, meaning that Canada is willing to sell all of us out to markets across the world. This will mean that mass immigration to take your jobs for other people to be paid less than what you are being paid to do those jobs now. This means less Canadian-made products being used to manufacture and to operate commercial and industrial developments. The benefit is not for us, it is for China. Through this agreement, China has the priority to use their products. The Indian Act amendments affect our people on land surrenders and designations for matrimonial properties or wills and estates. We can govern ourselves and do not require the state of Canada to amend laws for us. Time for the paternalistic attitudes of colonialist governments to listen to our peoples, the grassroots peoples who are saying we are idle no more. It is nice to see all people here, regardless of our backgrounds, to come together in peace and unity to tell the world enough is enough, we must be heard. Our drums of unity beat loudly with the heart of our Mother Earth. Thank you for coming together in the spirit of nationhood and solidarity to welcome this winter's solstice, which has meaning of new beginning and new life. Hi, hi.
Hi. At this time, I'm going to ask one of the organizers to say a few words here.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Danse. Nia Napitaguel Nahapelsko. That is my Cree name, and that is how I will be recognized on the other side. I'm so humbled today, and I'm so proud to be a Cree Native woman. I can't be any more thankful to have each and every one of you guys join us here in solidarity and unity and as First Nations people of Turtle Island. Hi, Nanaskamun Notawinan. Woo!
Also, we're going to ask one of the other organizers, Clayton, to say a few words.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming here today and braving the cold. But it's important that we stand together. No matter how cold it is outside, the fire within us will always burn bright. And when we're together, that fire grows bigger. And we're all standing here, not as a political movement. This has nothing to do with politics. This has to do with the livelihood of our people, the existence of our nation. It is important that we stand together in mutual respect. When we signed treaties with the settlers long ago, we signed it in the spirit of brotherhood and mutual respect to live together. And it's such a great gesture that some of our settler relations came and supported us because they understand.
Woo!
Because it's important. We must remember that when we sign treaty, they have obligations, and we do too, to respect and honor them, to live with them as our brothers, as our sisters. I'm so proud, and I'm so happy today that everybody's here together. And that it's important that no matter what happens, that we stick together, that we fight for justice, to stand up for what is right. And let us join hands here, and we'll have some songs, and we'll round dance, and keep ourselves warm as a symbolic gesture of unity and showing our culture. Thank you.
Hi. At this time, I'd like to ask everybody to make a big circle out